Do you ever feel stuck, like your goals are just out of reach no matter how hard you try? Imagine waking up 6 months from now and not even recognizing your life in the best possible way. That's exactly what happened to me. 6 months ago, I was in the exact same place you might be right now, full of ambition, but always coming up short. But then, one decision changed everything. What I learned could completely transform your path to self-improvement. Before we jump right in, if you're passionate about self-improvement and want practical strategies for personal growth, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on the latest from the Growth Mindset Project. Let's talk about what really changed my life. How a relentless focus on self-improvement over 6 months flipped my world upside down. I was frustrated, setting big goals, earn more, get fitter, build discipline, level up my habits, just become more. But it always felt like I was treading water and going nowhere. The turning point? It came down to one massive decision. It's like that quote, "I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions." I had been playing things safe, never really going all in. Maybe 50, 60, occasionally 70% effort on good days. I kept one foot in, one foot out. But after enough frustration, something in me snapped. I went all in. I decided if I wanted to transform through self-improvement, it couldn't be halfway. It had to be full commitment. I teamed up with my closest friend, someone who also wanted more out of life. We became accountability partners. For the first time, I wasn't just thinking about goals. I started living my goals. That radical self-improvement approach meant leaving behind comfort, security, and doing things the hard way, because that's what growth requires. The craziest thing? The real transformation moment came not from motivation, but from discipline. Looking into the mirror and telling myself, this is it. Your future depends on the decisions you make today. If you've been hesitant, understand. Comfort will not get you to your dream life. The water will never be warmer the longer you wait to jump in. But let's be honest about self-improvement. It's not an instant upward journey. After that initial burst of energy, there's always a phase where things slow down. That's when doubt kicks in. You overthink, you question if things are working. That is the point where most people quit. But those who push through, the ones who persist even when motivation fades, those are the people who come out the other side transformed. What kept me going was a laser focus on the long vision. Every day, my priority was to lock in my morning. Win the morning, and you win the day. Win enough days, and you win weeks and months. Eventually, you win at life. That's the secret behind 6 months of successful self-improvement. It starts not with grand gestures, but with the smallest possible action tomorrow morning. The self-improvement journey is just a chain of micro decisions. Every little commitment, every good habit, every time you resist distractions or procrastination, you're stacking up proof for your future self. Every day, you're either voting for the old version of you or the new one you're working to become. Your progress in self-improvement comes in waves, ups and downs, hits and plateaus. At some point, you will hit the dip, that long stretch between starting out and real mastery. Most people give up in the dip. But if you're committed, if you just keep showing up, pushing through, adjusting, you get through it. And the results are exponential. If this is starting to speak to you, pause for a second and like this video if you're committed to your own self-improvement journey. Tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you want to change in the next 6 months? Now here's where self-improvement gets truly powerful. The magic is not just discipline as raw willpower. It's building systems that make showing up inevitable. I'm talking about deeply analyzing your actions, creating structure around your habits, and learning to optimize your time for maximal growth. During this period, I created a simple but effective system. Every week, without fail, I'd do a total review. I call it my weekly non-negotiable. Here's how it works. No emotions, No judgment, just facts. Ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What did I plan to do? 2. What did I actually do? 3. What needs to change next week to get better? By tracking this week on week, your vague effort turns into measurable self-improvement. You see exactly where you're winning and what needs tweaking. Over time, these reviews, these self-imposed progress reports, become the foundation for unbreakable self-discipline. Another cornerstone of my self-improvement strategy, the proof of work rule. This framework is simple. No consuming content until you've created something, contributed, or made progress. Want to scroll your feed or watch a show? Fine, but only after you've taken action towards your goals. This flips your brain's reward circuitry, making every dopamine hit earned and keeping you in that forward momentum so crucial for self-improvement. Oh, and it's easy to talk about productivity, but real-world self-improvement isn't about endlessly grinding. It's about working smarter. I became obsessed with analyzing how I spent my time, not just what I was doing, but how every block of the day was being used. Grab a journal, track your input, monitor your days, notice the patterns, then optimize. Remember, the output is never fully in your control, but your input, the actions, habits, efforts, and the time you dedicate, always is. As you fine-tune your process, you learn how to slow down to actually do more. By leaning into awareness and intentionality, you gain the clarity to know what's working and what's not. On your self-improvement journey, it's absolutely key to address not only your systems, but your mindset. Remove doubt. Replace negative self-talk with phrases like, "I'm on the right track," "I got this," "I've done it before," "I can do it again." Doubt is the enemy of action, and action is the fuel for transformation. If you're finding value so far, quick reminder, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay connected to the Growth Mindset Project. Supporting this content fuels this community. Let's go even deeper on self-improvement. Discipline and consistency aren't born overnight. They grow every time you make and keep small promises to yourself. Micro-commitments matter, even if it's something as tiny as making your bed or sticking to your first task on your to-do list before distractions hit. Every time you do what you said you'd do, you build trust with yourself. And the more self-trust and self-belief you stack, the more you become the disciplined, resilient person you never thought possible. That's how you break bad habits, not by shaming yourself, but by consciously stacking up a record of wins day after day. A massive factor in my own self-improvement? Accountability. Not just self-accountability, but external as well. Surround yourself with people who call you out when you're slipping and cheer you on when you're consistent. You are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look for or build a community, a mastermind, join a group. Find people obsessed with self-improvement who will push you up and never let you drop to past standards. No matter what, systems and accountability can catch you even on your worst days, when you're unfocused or feeling those old bad habits clawing back. That's why the Self-Improvement OS, your own personal operating system of rituals, reviews, support, and standards, can be the safety net keeping you moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. Your dream life starts as a pile of small wins, a brick laid every day. You might not see the house yet, but keep stacking, keep showing up, and the foundation takes shape. Remember, the difference between the life you have now and the life you want boils down to the self-improvement actions you take each day, reviewed, reinforced, and repeated systematically over months. If you found this helpful, you'll want to keep leveling up. Check out these other videos on the Growth Mindset Project for more self-improvement strategies, time management hacks, and discipline building systems. Hit the bell so you're the first to know when new inspiration drops.